Now, moving on to a new segment I want to start on the podcast called Opinions on Opinions, right? And if you couldn't guess, it's just going to be me giving my opinions on other people's opinions. And so I just go on the internet, find an article or something, and then give my opinion on it. So for today, I'm just going to go to Bleacher Report, because that's a good place to start. And yeah, so let me switch back here, and let's look through. So already, right, LeBron should be MVP. What do I think on the MVP race? I think, personally, Giannis deserves to win it. I think he's been on a tear this year, and so I'm going to go with Giannis for MVP over LeBron. LeBron's second behind him, and so, yeah. So Giannis for MVP. Now, let's click on this article. The under 23, referring to their age, NBA prospects with the most improved in Orlando. So let's just go. There's only 5. Let's go through this quickly. Jared Allen. The Nets are terrible. None of their players are playing. So I don't know. I can't hold Jared Allen accountable if they lose. Right? They're going to lose, and so he's gonna have to carry the team. So he doesn't necessarily have the most approved, but he could gain a lot if he just all of a sudden dominates and wins a series or two. Moving on to Lonzo Ball, the Pelicans. So the Pelicans are going to be interesting because Zion left the bubble, right, for personal reasons, and we don't know if he's going to come back, and if he does, we don't know when. So it's going to be interesting to monitor that situation, right? But Alonso's been playing really well. If Zion is there for them, I think the Pelicans will make the playoffs, and Lonzo's going to be a huge part of that, obviously. So yeah, I think Lonzo Ball. I'm a big fan of Lonzo Ball. I think he's good. Luka's a superstar. I don't think he has. I don't think he needs to prove much. It says here, his superstar ascension might lose a bit luster if he can't conjure up any playoff success. Not this year. Too many weird circumstances for it to matter. So I don't think I wouldn't put Luka on here. Moving on to Brandon Ingram. Again, the Pelicans. Already mentioned the Pelicans. I think Brandon Ingram's good. Obviously, he's not the Zion is the main attraction in New Orleans, but Brandon he was an all-star this year, had a great season, and so yeah, it'll be interesting to see how well he does. He has a lot to prove, I think. Can he keep playing at that all-star level? Can he play at that level with Zion in the lineup consistently? Because we didn't see much of Zion, so we don't really know. And then Jason Tatum. This is a guy that's getting a lot of hype, and deservedly so. I think he's great. He's an all-star, and all that. He's been playing phenomenal basketball down the stretch before the league shut down. So I think he could prove a lot. He could jump into superstardom if he dominates in the playoffs, in the bubble. So yeah, Jason Tatum could benefit greatly from this, and sort of has stuff to prove. But yeah, that's what I think on that. And I don't know if I didn't mention this. The official camp dates were released by the NFL, so that's good. The veterans are reporting by July 28th. Rookies report by Tuesday. Quarterbacks and injured players on the 23rd, which is Thursday. And as I meant, obviously all other players by the 28th. Bless me. So yeah, so that's the those guys reporting and all that. Congrats, Trevor Lawrence. Okay, this is kind of interesting. I don't know. I don't follow international soccer really, so didn't know about that. Okay, it's wild, I guess. Let's see what else is in here. Let's go individually to NFL. Redrafting the 2011 draft. Let's see this. Cam Newton #1. Yeah. I mean, yeah. He won the MVP, took them to the Super Bowl. Yeah. Even though he's not there anymore. That was injuries and stuff, but yeah. JJ Watt #2 over Von Miller. If healthy, yeah. Like if we knew he was gonna be healthy, but he's had a lot of injuries, and Von Miller went Super Bowl MVP, but I don't know. That's debatable. But JJ Watt, Von Miller, 2 and 3. You could pick and choose however you want it. In 2011, AJ Green. I guess if the thought process is you need a quarterback, but Dalton was succeeding. I don't know about this, because Kaepernick never was a star or a superstar or anything like that. But AJ Green is a franchise guy, obviously at receiver. Now, does he matter as much? No, but still, that's interesting. And he's been injured recently. He's dealt with injuries, so I don't know. Moving on to the Cardinals, Patrick Peterson. Yeah, that's pretty easy. Don't need to talk about them. Julio. Oh, I'd take Julio at 4. Yeah, Julio at 4. Forgot. But yeah, Julio. Yeah. Niners taking Richard Sherman over Aldon Smith, definitely. Yeah. Okay, Chris Harris, Tyron Smith, then AJ Green at 10. Andy Dalton. Oh, right. Andy Dalton was drafted in 2011, so they wouldn't even have Andy Dalton. Okay, I got it. Okay. Cameron Jordan at 12. Kerrigan, Justin Houston. Dolphins, Jason Kelce. I mean, we took Mike Pouncey, so just a different center. Both great, but yeah, Jason Kelce's better. So I'd rather have him. Anthony Costanzo, a bunch of alignment here. Jarrell Casey at 18. Mike Pouncey at 19. Mark Ingram moving up to 20. Doug Baldwin, of course, retired now. Jonathan Baldwin. Ooh. Cameron Hayward. Cam Hayward. This seems low. This is very low for Cam Hayward. I take him over a good amount of these guys. Yeah, Yeah. This is low for Hayward. Multiple first-team All-Pros. Yeah, I don't think he'd go at 22. That's way too low. Rodney Hudson, Robert Quinn, KJ Wright, Torrey Smith, Randall Cobb. Look at Randall Cobb. Muhammad Wilkerson, Jabal Sheard, Marcel Darius. He's picked 3rd, yeah. Jimmy Smith, Beast, and Kyle Rudolph. Okay. I mean, I don't agree with all of these. Obviously, I mentioned Cam Hayward, Julio Jones. Those two guys, I thought Julio at 4 would have made sense, and Hayward much higher than 22 for a lot of guys. I take Hayward over Chris Harris. I would. But yeah, okay, that's fine. I guess. That's interesting. Superstars, one player who each team gave up on too soon. Dan Snyder, that was rough. That was. Stephon Gilmore got a 99 in Madden. Let me talk about Madden ratings. I disagree. Devontae Parker. That's all I'm gonna say. Well, let's read this article though. One player each team gave up on too soon. Jay Novacek. Right. Okay. Brett Favre of the Falcons. Yeah, I get. I think he needed to leave Atlanta. He needed to go to Green Bay. So, Jamie Sharper, Marshawn Lynch with the Bills. No, I disagree with that. I'm just gonna talk about current players, cause I didn't watch Jamie Sharper, unless it's like guys like Brett Favre and stuff that are notable enough. Even if I know the other guys, still not gonna talk about them unless they're notable older guys that I can actually discuss with credibility. Greg Olsen, look at that, Cam and Greg Olsen back to back. It's interesting. But yeah, Olsen was great on the Panthers. Boomer Esiason, the Bengals, rough times. Yeah, he was one of their best quarterbacks, obviously. Which isn't saying much for the Bengals. DeMarcus Ware, he was a beast. Brandon Marshall. Right. He was drafted by the Broncos, traded to the Dolphins. After that, he went to Chicago and then New York, both New York teams, and all that. He was in Seattle for like 2 seconds. Yeah, that was interesting. Eric Ebron, he was a beast with the Colts in his first season, back when Andrew Luck wasn't retired. Now he's on the Steelers. Josh Sitton, he played for the Dolphins for a year, but he was injured the entire year. So yeah, he didn't really play for us. Yeah. I mean, not much needs to be said. Marshall Faulk, of course. Jalen Ramsey, I disagree. He wanted to leave. It was time to move him. They got 2 firsts for him. And they just drafted C.J. Henderson, 9th overall, to replace him. They'll be fine without him. They just will. Tony Gonzalez, yeah, one of the all-time great tight ends. Arguably the greatest. Most people would argue that. Khalil Mack, yeah. No. I think the Raiders are fine. Because they got the 2 firsts out of that, and they're building something good now. While the Bears, even though they have Khalil Mack, they're stuck with Trubisky, so they're not getting anywhere really. So that's a problem for them. But okay. Drew Brees, he got injured, free agent and all that. They didn't really give up on him. I mean, yeah. I don't know. He should be a saint and all that. So that's fine. Obviously, hindsight, which is what the article is operating on. Yeah, should have kept him even with the injury, even all that, if they knew. But whatever. Jerome Bettis, the boss. Minka, nope. Disagree. He wanted to leave. Wasn't willing to play. We got a first for him. I'm fine with him not being on the team. I'm okay with it. Randy Moss, no, he just became a headache. But yeah, Chandler Jones, yeah, he's a beast still. Mark Bulger. I mean, do they eventually got Drew Brees. His departure led to Drew Brees' signing, so Yeah, Darrell Revis, he came back to them, but in his prime, one of the all-time great corners, arguably second behind Deion Sanders, Sonny Jurgensen, Len Dawson, obviously all-time Len Dawson. The Len Dawson photo, all-time. You know what I mean? Great stuff. DeForest Buckner. They got a first for him, 13th from the Colts. They drafted Javon Kinlaw to replace him, who's younger and isn't going to cost them as much, so they'll be fine. The Niners are going to be great for a long time. Amon Green went on to be great with the Packers. Aqib Talib, Steve Largent, yeah. Champ Bailey, definitely. But I mean, I get this article, but moving on from them was also necessary for their careers so they could blossom. But okay. Let's see. Oh. So the awards will be based on regular season through March 11th. One play was suspended. Okay. So none of this bubble stuff, the 8 games, doesn't matter for the awards. Okay. Alright. I don't think there's anything here. We already read. I guess let me just college football. Why not? Right, this one. Trevor Lawrence, awesome. Tommy Brockmeyer. The Tide. Wait. No, different guy. There's a 5-star defensive end. I think it's the number 2 ranked guy. But he's going to Ohio State. Okay. And this guy's an OT. Right? Let me check. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I'm good. Alright. So let me change it back to this. Shit. Alright, awesome.